Mathematics Advanced Subsidiary Level, Paper 2, 2023, Part 2. Question number 2. The diagram shows the graph of y equals a, absolute value a plus b plus c. Where will you find it in the textbook? You will find it in the y equals mx plus c mathematics textbook in chapter 8, algebra. And that's that absolute values. Now, in that you will find from page 365 to page 377. That will be helpful. Okay, but I'll give you now a specific page for this question. So, the silent point or the vertex of the graph is 3, 2. The x-intercepts are 2, 0 and 4, 0. And the y-intercept is 0, negative 4. Find the values of a, b, and c. If you go to the y equals mx plus c mathematics textbook, the A level, and you will see on page 370 to 371, there's a table. And if you go through that table, then it will be easy to find one like this. Okay, but let's start with first the value of a. Now, it's the gradient of this graph. So in this case, still I can use 2 points. Okay, so I'll show you now the sign of the gradient. Okay, how you determine that. But let's first start. Let's call this point 1. And let's call this point 2. Now, how do you find the gradient? You are going to say y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And that is going to be 0 minus 2 over 2 minus 3. And that is going to be negative 2 over negative 1. And the answer will just be 2. Okay, but now, if the graph was like this, the gradient will be positive. But if the graph is turned upside down, the gradient will be negative. So, it's upside down, side down. So, therefore, it will be negative 2. Okay, so I can already say the value, I will say it at the end. I'll make a summary. Let's go to the value of b. Okay, now this is how many it's moving to the left or to the right. Now in this case, I just want to make it not a symbol b, just b. It moves 3 units to the right. So that's why it's negative 3. It's working the same as I indicated there in chapter 3, transformation of functions for enrichment. I put it in. And if you look in that table and you look there on page 121, then you will see that moving to the left and moving to the right. But if it's moving to the right, it's always negative. And if it's moving to the left, it's positive. Okay, so it used the same principles. So let's go on. And we are going to find the value of c. Now, the vertex, there's the vertex. The silent point moves. So the vertex, I'm writing here, the vertex moves 2 units up. Now this is working nice because if it's up, and you can again look there in chapter 3, then it's always a positive movement. So if it's 2 units up, it's going to be positive 2. And if it's moving down, it's going to be negative. That's actually like the feeling that you got. It's supposed to work like that. Okay, so therefore, if I want to find the values, I can say the value of A is negative 2. The value of B is negative 3. and the value of C is 2. Okay, so just end with a nice line indicating everything. Okay, and now we can just go to, let's just go there to documents, and let's just go there to the report and see what they say about the answer. Okay, so question number 2, here it comes. It's moderately answered. Many candidates wrongly applied the theorem of parables to the absolute value modulus graph. Although the theory of parabole and the absolute value graphs are very similar, candidates must be taught to differentiate between the two graphs. The easiest way to solve this question was to use negative BC as the silent point vertex. Any one of the other 3 given coordinates could then be used to calculate the value of A. Candidates needed to realize that A must be negative due to the shape of the graph. Because it's upside down. Many candidates wrongly stated B is negative 4, thinking that B is the y-intercept of the graph, which is incorrect. And there is your, so 1 mark for everyone. 1 for A, 1 for B, and 1 for C. All these videos refer to the y equals mx plus c textbooks, the number 1 mathematics textbook used in Namibian schools. For more information on these textbooks, visit the Straight Line Publishing website. All y equals mx plus c to success textbooks are available in the NEED catalogue of the Ministry of Education. Schools can order these using their yearly budget for textbooks, with the process typically starting mid-year. Make sure your learners have a copy of the y equals mx plus c mathematics textbook used by the top schools in Namibia in front of them in 2025. A final point. If you are in the position, I want to encourage you to buy your own personal copy of the y equals mx plus c mathematics textbook. These textbooks are available at the following bookshops. Remember, success in mathematics comes from hard work, perseverance, and the courage to face challenges head on. Good luck with your final 2024 examination.